Hey everybody, great to have you back here in the fish tank. Now we have our second surprise of the week for Minion Masters. If you've been following along, we had our first surprise, and I did a video on that. We'll put a link up here somewhere for that, where the devs released a survey regarding how we're feeling about the bridges since they were changed. The bridge rules were changed a year or so ago. So that was something that we were kind of surprised about. So when you get a chance, check that video out and make sure you fill out the survey, let the devs know how you're feeling about the bridges. But let's move on to the second surprise of the week. We're going to be getting a hotfix tomorrow. So let's find out what that hotfix is going to include. So hotfix dropping tomorrow, which is going to be the 22nd of February. So one thing to mention here is that they've confirmed that patch 2.2 is going to be dropping on March the 7th. So put that in your diary. Right, so servers are going to be going down from 8 until 10. That's going to be my local time. They're down for a couple of hours tomorrow morning. Got a reminder here about the bridge capping survey. Right, so we're adding a free battle pass, or adding free battle pass tiers to the shop every day for the rest of the season. So I've seen a few people mention that it felt like it's really hard work to get through the battle pass compared to what it was previously, and it seems like there was some miscalculation regarding the XP requirements for this battle pass, and that's why it's feeling like it is taking a lot longer. So these daily battle pass tiers should help you at least complete the battle pass, get through it, and get the rewards that you are entitled to. Now, we know there's been some missing rewards from going over from 1.0 to 2.0. Hopefully most of them have been fixed now. This patch is going to be giving the J Dragon Volko skin, which was a profile reward, and this will be reimbursed to players who are missing the reward. So if you earned that and you don't have it, then you should have. If you feel like you're still missing some rewards, then what you're going to need to do is contact Beta Dwarf, give them an email at support@betadwarf.com and tell them what you think you're missing. Of course, make sure you include details of your account so they can check to see if you have got what you need. Right, here's another big one. Draft change. Remove the faction rules when drafting. I'm excited about this. I was expecting this in the next patch, but it looks like we're getting it dropped already in the hotfix. That's a big change if you're enjoying draft or you like draft, because 2.0 changed draft where each master only had 4 factions that they could draft from, which a lot of us said that it just doesn't make sense. That's not really the essence of draft. Thankfully, they've heard us, and now each master is going to have access to all of the factions. I don't know if certain cards are going to be removed. We'll just see how that goes. And as always, give the devs feedback. Let them know if you like this change compared to what it is currently. Right. Gameplay. Fixed a visual glitch where you sometimes appear to lose mana when you're playing cards. This, again, is a huge one. So if you've been playing recently, you'll notice that sometimes when you play a card, I mean, it feels like it's almost every time you play a card, your mana bar almost completely empties, and then a half a second or a second later, your mana comes back. And the real issue with that is trying to play cards back to back quickly. There was this kind of almost what felt like a global cooldown. So hopefully that's going to fix that, and we can get back to a nice fluid mana bar. You've always got the mana you should have. You can always spend it. Right, Xbox. Fixed an issue where Xbox users could not log in without an Xbox account. Not really sure exactly what that means, but I'm sure that means something to someone, and hopefully if that's affecting you, then that's now been resolved. Social user interface. Friends are now ordered by platform friends and alphabetized. Thank goodness. I don't know what orders it was in before, but it wasn't in any sort of usable order. So if you had a lot of friends, it was a bit of a nightmare to find people. So that's good. I would like to see another step for it to be searchable, but you know, let's take what we can when we get it. Added better handling of when guests try to get ready before they host, or the host in lobbies. Haven't seen a problem with that, but apparently there was a problem, so that's now been fixed. General user interface. When a match is found while not active, so that's if you're tabbed out of the game, Minion Masters application will become active, but that's only when playing in full screen. I feel like the old version of the game used to flash the taskbar icon as well if you had a match and you were tabbed out, so I'd like to see that come back, but again, small steps. fixed sizes of various buttons in the UI, fixed an issue where avatars would not update right away when selecting a new one. Replays now include player names. The file names of replays now include player names. So that makes it a lot easier when you're finding it. There are still some issues with replays, like the button to open the local folder on your device is missing, so that would be nice to get that back. Also, there seems to be a limit of how many replays the game will let you have, and sometimes it culls the replays, but it culls them in a weird way, so it's not just getting rid of the oldest ones. So that's something that again needs to be fixed, but again, steps forward. Bots and matchmaking. Bot difficulty has been increased overall. Ooh. Well, I'm sure the bots are still not great, but seems like they're going to be a little bit stronger. Now, matchmaking has been tweaked so that players are more likely to meet other players more frequently. Not exactly sure what they've changed behind the scenes, but that basically means you should have less bot matches, which bots definitely play a part in the game, specifically for newer players. When you're just you're learning the game, you don't want to get kind of shredded by people that know what they're doing, so we don't mind the bots being there. And of course now, after a match, if you look at your opponents or your teammate or whatever, you can see if they're a bot. Hate the fact you can get a teammate as a bot, but that's apparently quite rare. So hopefully that should be a better experience on the ladder out there. Fixed resonating construct facing the wrong way in the preview. Haven't seen that, but haven't really played that too much. And stability fixed a few issues with players not being able to log in. Okay, good. So some good changes there, some steps forward. Now, one thing that we haven't had too many changes with, and I'm hoping that the next big update will have a lot of these, is gameplay fixes, but we'll see. This is more sort of user interface, user experience, but definitely some good changes there. The draft change, looking forward to trying draft, because the restrictions on draft before with the 2.0 change really killed draft for me, and the fix to the mana bar should also be really important. Okay, let me know in the comments, what are you feeling about this change? I know we've had a bad time, but we're getting closer to a good time. This is definitely a step forward. Do you like these changes? Are there things missing from these changes that you think should be prioritized? Because the issue is there's a lot of issues that need to be fixed, but it's a case of prioritizing the things that cause the most problems and have the biggest impact. So that's why some things get kind of left for quite a while, because they're just not really important. For example, today we were talking in the Discord about missing avatars and emotes, which is frustrating, especially if you've got one that you really like to use. But as you can probably understand, something like that is not really a priority when we've got things like crashing the game and things like that. But hopefully with time we'll get through them all. So I'll be looking forward to checking out the new patch. Hopefully you will do too. Always trying to keep you up to date with the Minion Masters news. We've had quite a lot today, so if you want to keep up to date, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Something's missing there. Comment, and subscribe. And yeah, reminder, fill out the survey. I'll put a link in the description again for this video. Fill out the survey regarding the bridge changes. Let the devs know, what do you think about the current rules? Do you want to go back to how they were before? Do you want something different? Let's get an idea of what the community thinks, and then we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm bad as a fish, and I'll see you again soon.